Our first award is the induction into the MBIA Hall of Fame. Individuals who are inducted into the Hall of Fame are those who have over the years proven to be outstanding in furthering the MBIA's objectives of advancing, promoting, and protecting the recreational boating industry in Michigan. We are honored to announce our 2020 inductee to the MBIA Hall of Fame as Pete Beauregard, Jr., President of Colony Marine. The MBIA Board of Directors voted unanimously that Pete be inducted for contributions far beyond support of the MBIA's mission, as he is highly respected and an inspiring leader who has proven through his generosity of time and shared insight to be truly committed to the success of Michigan's boating industry. Pete was first elected to the MBIA board in 1990 and has served more than 17 years on the board between then and now, dedicating his time, experience, and leadership on behalf of the MBIA members and boaters throughout the state of Michigan. Pete has served and chaired many of MBIA's committees, including the Boat Show Advisory Committee, Legislative, and PAC committees. Pete was appointed by Governor Snyder in 2018 to serve a 3-year term as a Michigan State Waterways Commissioner, where his priorities include repairing and upgrading our Michigan marinas and launch sites and promotion of the boating industry in Michigan. Pete, we know your passion for and dedication to our industry goes far beyond the MBIA. We've seen it resonate now for more than 40 years throughout your career, in your community involvement, and throughout your personal life. Recently, Pete and his father were jointly inducted into the Macomb County Hall of Fame. And today, with Pete's induction, we see him join his father, Pete Sr., who was inducted in 1995 to the MBIA Hall of Fame. Thank you, Pete, for all you do, and congratulations.
It's a great privilege for me to be part of the Hall of Fame induction of Pete Beauregard, Jr. There are so many great things to talk about. I believe everyone will be pleased about these three. First, Nikki made it absolutely clear to me we are celebrating Pete's professional career, and therefore I had to be brief and professional. Talk about a challenge. Second, this is one of the few times Pete will be hearing my voice, and there will be no asks coming from me. The MBIA Hall of Fame, as Nikki just mentioned, is reserved for those that go above and beyond the norm in the promotion and protection of our association and our industry. Well, how about Pete never saying no to me on so many phone calls over the years, including, "Hey Pete, thanks for providing those boats and captains and fuel and beverages to take legislators out for the day on the lake so they can experience the lifestyle of boating. By the way, I need 2 or 3 more boats. Can you handle?" Or, "Hey Pete, I just met a group of Air Force members who found out they won't be leaving Michigan for another 2 days. Any way you can get a boat to give them a few hours of fun?" Or lastly, "Hey Pete, I have a Macrae customer whose brand new boat that, by the way, they didn't buy from you, needs a point of refuge. Any room at your marina?" The amazing thing is that these are just 3 examples of my many phone calls. I can't imagine how many others Pete has dealt with over the decades. If I had to highlight what Pete has meant to the industry, besides his commitment to answering my phone and making things happen, I would add 3 more. When serving on the MBIA board, especially in leadership roles, the challenge is to make decisions for the good of the whole. So many times I witnessed Pete take his colony hat off to advocate for issues, whether they be boat show or legislative, where the industry would be benefit potentially at the expense of some, including Colony. Secondly, Pete's commitment to promoting boating, not as something to do, but rather as a lifestyle, was second to none. Whether it be in Colony's advertising campaign or how Pete presented the industry in his countless appearances on local TV, radio, as well as meetings with our local, state, and federal political leadership, the talk was not about Sea Ray boats, but fun times with the family and what it meant to the community. Lastly, as we all know, being in the industry has incredible benefits. Having a lot of time for family is not one of them. It's been a pleasure hearing how proud Pete is of his incredible family and how he appreciates the time he can spend with them. I started this with saying I had 3 great things to talk about. My brevity and guarantee of no asks were 2 of them. The last is the best. The induction of Pete Beauregard Jr. to the MBIA Hall of Fame is a no-brainer. There is no one more deserving. I look forward to the time in the very near future when we can celebrate in true Broder fashion and where we can share so many stories, some of which we'll even let Nikki hear. Congrats, Pete, to you and your family.
Pete, it is a great privilege to congratulate you on your induction to the Michigan Boating Industries Association Hall of Fame. You, my friend, are beyond deserving of this important recognition. You are without question an industry icon. Your experience and talents bridge essentially every aspect of boating, and your contributions towards advancing, promoting, and protecting the industry while serving customers in the most exceptional way are far beyond what most could ever dream of achieving in a lifetime. I recall from a young age you being an important confidant to my father Greg, who too was an inductee. In fact, if he were here now, I imagine him giving you one of his super enthusiastic hugs and saying something like, "Welcome to the fraternity, brother. We finally made it." He would be so excited for you, Pete. Eric and I always took note that all while you were each other's greatest competitor, you were also the best of friends. In fact, you, our greatest competitor, were the first person we turned to for comfort and advice when our dad passed. You helped us then, and you still help us now. Your relationship with our father set a meaningful example for us, which has impacted our guiding principles in business. Your dedication to others for the greater good is a driving force behind your success, as I have gotten to know and witness firsthand. This has earned you the sincerest respect and admiration across our great industry. It has cultivated incredible talent and professionalism throughout the Colony organization, and most certainly has improved the lives of your loyal and long-standing customers. I know I speak for many, including Eric, my late parents, and even every team member within my own organization. This MBIA Hall of Fame induction is all you. You have earned it. You make such a positive difference in the lives of boaters and people who work and serve in the industry. Thank you for being a role model. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and being a trusted advisor to many. And most importantly, thank you for being a friend. Cheers to you, Pete, and the supportive family that stands with you.
Peter, you know Dad and I are so very proud of you, always have been. We never doubted that you would be successful in business, which we are extremely proud. But the thing I'm most proud of is the man you became, a father. You picked a wonderful wife for our daughter-in-law, and you gave us 3 beautiful grandchildren, which is our most precious possession. Congratulations. You deserve it. We love you. Mom.
Hi, Pete. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. You certainly deserve it. I can remember, it seems like yesterday, that you were just a little boy around 8 years old, tagging along with me to the showroom every Saturday morning. Always going to work with Dad, sitting in the boats, playing with the steering wheel, the instruments, and pretending you were driving up and down the St. Clair River. It's been a wonderful experience watching you grow up through the industry. You have to have the passion and love for the business, and you certainly do. And it's also great that you are giving back to the industry as a board member of MBIA, Michigan Boating Industries, and also a Michigan State Waterways Commissioner appointed by Governor Snyder. Giving back to an industry that's been so good is a wonderful feeling. And of course, I'm so proud of the way you've taken the business and grown it and made it bigger and better. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. So you've got a couple of great sons coming along. I'm hoping we can keep the name going. I'm hoping you can continue, and let's put another Hall of Famer up there. God bless you, and very proud of you, son, and you've done a great job of carrying on the tradition. Thank you so much for all you've given to your mother and I.